السلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته. الحمد لله والصلاة والسلام على رسول الله وعلى آله وأصحابه ومن تبعهم بإحسان إلى يوم الدين أما بعد. Brothers and sisters, welcome to Module 4, Lesson 16. That's the first lesson of Module 4 of Learn Tajweed for Allah. Alhamdulillah, we are continuing with our discussion on perfecting the letters. Babu Sifat al-Huruf, the chapters on characteristics of letters. Last class we discussed the first group of letters with opposites, the Arabic letters and the flow and chopping of the breath. This is Al-Hams and Al-Jahr. We did that totally, Alhamdulillah. We discussed when the breath is trapped and when it is flowing. In today's class, we will discuss the second group of letters with opposites, the Arabic letters relative to the flow of sound. In last class, it was the flow of breath. This class is going to be the flow of sound. So pay careful attention. The flow of the sound of the Arabic letters, the sound and not the breath. We did the breath last class. This second pair has an opposite and an in-between. So it consists of three different characteristics. Thus, each letter would only possess one of these three characteristics. Now, there's another aspect in relation to the difference in timing in the letters when they are pronounced. And this is brought out when the letter has sakin, which we are going to be able to observe, inshallah. The Arabic letters relative to the flow of sound, the sound. The first aspect, first category, we said this is three categories. The sifa, the characteristic, its opposite, and an in-between. So we have ash-shadidatu, which is translated as strong. And this is made up of 8 letters. Right? Then we have a-rikwatu. We put it as number 3, but it is the direct opposite. That's why we mention it second. And this is strong. This one has to do with softness. And then there is the al-mutawassitatu. Al-mutawassitatu, which is moderation. It is between strong and soft. Now for the strong, as we said, there are 8 letters to that. The mutawassit has 5, and the rest of the alphabet is in the rikwah. And this is in these 8 letters. A, the hamza, the jim, the dal, the qaf, the ta, the ba, the kaf, and the ta. Ajidu qatin bakat. Right? It actually translates in English as I found a crying cat. Okay? Ajidu qatin bakat. Ajidu qatin bakat. Now, what is the characteristics of these letters? We will deal with that just now. The 5 letters are, the 5 letters of moderation in the mutawassit area is Lin Umar. Lin Umar, Lam, Noon, Ain, Mim, and Ra. And then, for the remaining letters, this is what makes up the letters of Rikwah or Rakhawa. The Rikwah letters, right? And those are listed there, inshallah. Those are everything else other than the letters of Shadida, the Shadida letters, and the Mutawassita letters. The characteristics of the Shadida letters. The sound stops abruptly. Let us check it out. If any one of these sound has a sukoon, aj, ad, that's without, these letters are qalqala letters. We are not pronouncing them with qalqala. Ak, ab, ak, at. The stopping of the song is what gives the letter the quality of strength. So that makes it a strong letter. Imprisonment of the running of the sound during pronunciation. So the sound is imprisoned, not the breath. This makes it rely on its point of articulation. So we have aj, 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 ad, ak, ab, right? That's the second thing. Letters of qalqala are found among them. The letters of qalqala are jim, dal, qaf, ta, and ba. Right? Those are the letters of qalqala. Jim, dal, qaf, ta, and ba. They have, in order to produce the qalqala sound, the re-echo, they have to have this attribute of stopping abruptly and strongly on the letter. For the Lin Umar, for the letters between strength and softness, right? So that the sound is partially imprisoned and partially running. Al. It is not like ak, It is al. You hear it an, a, aw, right? You hear a little running. So it's partially imprisoned and partially running, right? Inability of complete confinement of the passage of the voice, right? So the voice does not stop completely. Al, an, a, aw. In these letters, the song runs on because of the letters' weak reliance on places of articulation. Ath, ah, akh, adh, az, as, ash. The sound of the letter runs, the breath flows also, right? The breath would flow, but also the song runs on. And this is important to pay attention to because we are dealing with the Arabic letters relative to the flow of sound. The Arabic letter and the flow of the sound. Flow of the sound. Ash-shiddatu, which is this category that we are talking about. Ash-shadidatu, ash-shiddatu, al-rikwatu, al-rakhawatu. Ash-shiddatu is defined linguistically as strength. In Tajweed, it is imprisonment of the running of the sound when pronouncing the shiddah, strong letters, which result in the closing off of the makhraj, the articulation point, totally. Look at the example of the jim. It is sakin without khalqala. Aj, aj, aj. Pronounce it. Aj. Note the sound stopped completely at the point of articulation. This is indicated by the arrow, which shows that the air starts flowing from the vocal cord. It starts flowing from the bottom there, from the vocal cord, and is totally blocked, imprisoned at the makhraj of the jim with sukoon, because it is totally locked off, because of the tongue hitting the upper palate. Aj. The letters of shiddah. Ash-shiddah, they are 8, and they are found in ajidu qatin bakat. As I said, this means I find a crying cat. Ajidu qatin bakat. Ajidu qatin bakat. Right? Remember them. Now there are two categories to this. There are majhura, and we did jahar. Remember jahar, majhura, jahar. What is jahar? Jahar, the breath stops flowing. Alright? And hams, the breath flows. Okay? So there's majhura and mahmusa. Right? Those that are majhura category and those that are mahmusa category. Now in the majhura category, there are 6. All of the letters of qalqala. Qaf, ta, ba, jim, and dal. Plus the hamza. So that makes it 6. So if you memorize the letters of qalqala already, right, you just have to add the hamza to it, and that makes it fully complete, inshallah. These letters are strong. They are completely blocked at the makhraj. It doesn't continue. That's without qalqala. Ab, aj, ad. B, they are apparent. The vocal cords vibrate when these letters are pronounced. So you touch your vocal cords, and you would find that when you pronounce these letters, the vocal cords are completely are vibrating, right? Up, ab, aj, ad, a. On the other category, the other side, is the mahmusa letters, the whispering letters, the letters that have the flow of the breath. And in this category, there is kaf and ta. These two letters are strong, that they are completely blocked off at the makhraj, completely blocked off at the makhraj like the other 6 letters. But they don't have qalqala, they have hams. The breath continues to flow when they are pronounced. The breath, not the sound of the letters. Right? Ek, ek. Hear the sound? At, ek, at. Okay? So that is really how it is. Let us discuss the release of the sound after its imprisonment for the letter that is strong and majhur and apparent. Okay? The qaf, ta, ba, jim, dal, and hamza. These letters, after they are imprisoned, when the sound is imprisoned, then they are released. Right? That's why we have qalqala for those 5 letters. Note the pressure of the imprisoned sound behind the articulation point and its release define the characteristic of the sound. That's why we can say it's qalqala. Look at the pronunciation of the jim with qalqala when it is released after being imprisoned. It is imprisoned and then it is being released. Look and observe. Pay attention to the sound.
J, 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 J.
Now let us discuss the release of the breath. The release of the breath, not the sound, after its imprisonment for the letter that is strong, shadid, and has whispered, mahmus, mahmus, the kaf and the ta. Notice with these two letters, it is not the sound that is released, but the breath. You don't hear a sound when it is being released, okay? So the running of the breath after the imprisoned sound at the articulation point while pronouncing the letter that is strong, that is shadid, and has a whisper in it. That is for the kaf and the ta. Look at the pronunciation of the kaf. This letter is shadid, but it has hams, so the breath has to run on. Look at the picture. The first part shows the tongue elevated and at the point of the makhraj and closing off the makhraj. So this makes it a strong letter, which is indicated by the arrow. While it continues with the white clouds that bring out the flow of the breath, not the sound of the letter.
Ek, 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 ek.
Inshallah, in our next class, we will complete this attribute and its opposite, because it is too much to do it in this one class. So we say Alhamdulillah, we praise Allah for allowing us to complete Module 4, Lesson 16. This is the first lesson of Module 4. We hope that Allah make us learn Tajweed for Allah and make us from the lovers of Quran, so that inshallah we will really strive to make these lessons worthwhile in our life, so that we can now practice this valuable aspect of our deen, which is recitation of the Quran properly. We close with our dua. Subhanakallahumma wa bihamdik, ashhadu an la ilaha illa anta, astaghfiruka wa atubu ilayk. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.